and bienvenidos a LatinxAmerica. My name is Adriana Flores Racade, and I am your host. I put together this introductory episode to share a little bit about my background, how this podcast came about, and what you should expect from future episodes. The main goal for this podcast is to highlight how technology can impact issues that our Latinx community cares about. LatinxAmerica will host innovators, experts, and Latinx rising stars who will share how technology that they are using, leveraging, or creating is really impacting the education space, healthcare, civic engagement, financial stability, and other topics of interest to our community, such as immigration. Okay, now let me share a bit about my background and why I am so interested in changing the narrative for Latinos, Latinas, and Latinx when it comes to technology. My story is similar to that of many of you who have amazing parents who have sacrificed a lot for you to succeed or at least have a chance at succeeding. I am the daughter of immigrant parents who came to California to realize the American dream. My dad had a 6th grade education and my mommy had a 2nd grade education, yet in spite of the many challenges that they face, like not speaking English or working 2 to 3 jobs to support our family, they really valued our education and sacrificed so much so I could be the first in our family to go to college. I graduated from college, so that was a good thing. I graduated from Claremont McKenna College and eventually got a master's degree from the University of Southern California's Annenberg School of Communications. In my everyday life, I'm really surrounded by tech since my husband is a software engineer and we live in Silicon Valley. I have 2 kids. My little man is 6 and my little girl is 9. I am happy to report that both of them are already coding. They're using Scratch and they're producing their own Lego robotic movies. And my little girl is also learning Python, so it's a new language, and I'm super excited that she's into science and math. My hope is really that they, my own children, and many other Latinx children will have the opportunity to develop the skills to be able to really launch new technology and also compete for the jobs of the future. As you will see from many of the upcoming episodes, I am really passionate about education because I strongly believe that it really continues to be a way for our community to achieve social mobility. I was a first-generation college student who worked 20 to 30 hours per week to put myself through college. And since I have professional experience in college admissions and financial aid, you will be sure to hear a lot of the future episodes will focus on those topics, and I'll be sure to put my network to work. Some of the people that we will invite will provide unique insights and information for those of you who are interested in the whole college admissions and preparation process. I should also mention that I worked for the College Board for over a decade. Yes, the College Board, they are the owners of the SAT, PSAT, and the Advanced Placement Program. And some of my former colleagues will also be joining future conversations to discuss test preparation and how technology is being used to equalize the playing field. So we will have guests from traditional organizations, colleges, and universities, but you will also hear from people in the edtech space and learn about startups that are starting to change the way we view traditional schooling and higher education. So now onto the fun side of the podcast. Most recently, I had the privilege of serving my community through my work at Univision, or Univision, the largest Spanish communications media network in the country. I had the opportunity to scale impact through award-winning education campaigns led by our CSR and social impact teams at Univision. And these campaigns were generously funded by partners such as the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. On the tech and partnership side, I also had the opportunity to work on launching the first Univision Technology Center called UTech in San Jose and partner with wonderful organizations such as Code 2040 and TechBridge Girls to ensure high-quality STEM programs were offered to the Bay Area Latino community. We will be inviting some representatives from those organizations that are really changing the narrative for Latinos in tech, and I hope some of you you will be inspired to join them or participate in some of the great programs that they are hosting to empower the Latinx community nationwide. So the idea of Latinx America and for this podcast came from my desire to increase diversity in tech and also highlight how it can improve our lives. I should mention that I have lived in the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, for about 20 years, and I have experienced firsthand how technology and innovation continues to change our world. But our community is not fully participating in all of the innovation that is taking place here. So collectively, we need to do more, and this is my little grain of sand. Year after year, tech companies announce their diversity numbers, and we all know we need to do more, whether it's to create a robust pipeline, increase awareness amongst families, or take chances and learn about different technologies and kind of just do your thing. In a future episode, we will have America and Penelope Lopez. They're better known as the Cybercode twins, who will share everything you want to know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. They are not only doing their own thing, actually, they are working on rebuilding the Puerto Rican economy with crypto ventures that they're launching there. So bottom line, my quest for a solution to increase diversity in the Valley led me to brainstorm with key Latinx leaders here to try to figure out how we can change the narrative for our community. And this is where the idea for Latinx America emerged. I am very excited about highlighting catalysts and rising stars who are using, leveraging, and creating technology to address issues that impact our community. As many of you know, there's amazing technology being created that can potentially help our community and change our world. So we want to stay current to avoid widening the economic and opportunity gap. We already know that there are achievement gaps, that are measured in school. But we're also seeing that if our community is not participating, there is this opportunity gap. And the less we know about AR, the less we know about VR or crypto or any of the new technologies that are emerging, the less we will be able to participate in all the innovation and all the opportunity that's taking place. So let's change that for our community. Now, here are some important details to keep in mind and make sure that you mark this on your calendar in terms of this podcast. This is a weekly podcast and it will be available every Wednesday. So be sure to download the upcoming episodes as well and tell all your friends about it. Also, in addition to the weekly podcast in English, I will make a shorter recap podcast available in Spanish. So for every episode that we have, yay for being bilingual and bicultural. So you can either download it and practice your Spanish or share these recap episodes with people in our community who might be interested in the topics covered by Latinx America. Share it with Spanish-speaking parents, abuelas, tios, or other familia so they can understand the importance of encouraging their children, our little Latinitos, to pursue STEM careers or become the next innovators. Our hope is to really engage Latinx voices from across the country, and that includes you. So if you have suggestions for future topics or if you want to send in some questions, you can share them with us on Facebook and Instagram at LatinxAmerica or through Twitter at America Latinx, or you can also email them to latinxamerica@gmail.com. Once again, don't forget to tune in starting next Wednesday. Some of our upcoming guests include Dreamers Roadmap CEO Saraí Espinosa Salamanca, Career Force founder Jesse Martinez, Chief of Membership and Governance and Global Higher Ed James Montoya from the College Board, and many other amazing individuals who will inspire and empower you with information. So, bueno, hasta la próxima semana y gracias. Latinx America is out.